and welcome to another edition of Erongo Talk, our community, your news. Now, my name is Leandrea Louw, and I'll be your host for today. Now, it's Friday, yay! So we've got quite the program for you. Now, as usual, I'm going to bring you the news, the weather and tides. Our interview for today is with local musician Janelle Botha. And on Fridays, we always have a bit something different for you. So our place of interest for this week is the Walvis Bay Salt Holdings. We also have a book review, which is about my first book of Namibian mammals and my first book of Namibian birds. So please stay tuned for that. We are also going to get you into the Friday vibes by playing a song by Lize Ehlers. So, and coincidentally, today we are celebrating Don't Step on a Bee Day. Not the letter B, but the buzzing bee. It's very important that we take care of our bees. And then we have an awesome competition going on where you can win a weekend getaway for 2. So please stay tuned. We've got a lot more coming for you.
Let's travel the world and sail the 7 seas. 'Cause you and me, we make a perfect team. Hey!
For your news, now frustration and disappointment is increasing at kindergartens in Swakopmund and Walvis Bay. Now, Laura Connor, who runs the Swakopmund Montessori kindergarten, said that she is still committed to allowing centers for early childhood development, ECD, including my kindergarten, to reopen. Now, she says that her preschool has been closed since March, since the start of our lockdown due to COVID-19. And it is becoming increasingly clear worldwide that kindergartens are also system relevant. Parents who have to work have the right to childcare, she adds. Now, for this reason, she has already submitted numerous petitions to the ministry responsible for childcare, but so far without success. However, she is not giving up because the amended Education Act came into force at the end of June, based on which ECDs now fall under the Ministry of Education. Now, it's a bureaucratic nightmare, but I'm not going to give up, she says. Now, Connor says that she only opened a kindergarten last year. And at the beginning of the year, she had 22 children in her care, but received 6 withdrawals in the past 4 months. Now, the Swakopmund George Ludwig Kindergarten is in the same boat. And Evelyn Stinunas says that they will not close their doors, but their financial reserves have run out. It should actually be a festive year for the kindergarten since they are celebrating their 110th anniversary this year. Now, the situation here in Erongo, Walvis Bay, Swakopmund and Arandis, the schools are still closed until the 3rd of August. That's if our president decides that it's going to be extended. Now, they based this decision on the fact that Walvis Bay is now the epicenter of the COVID-19 pandemic, since we have more than 500 positive cases from the harbour town. Now, the grade 0 to 3 learners in the rest of the regions in the rest of the towns and regions started on Tuesday. Now, Engelhard Urab, that he is the circuit inspector for the Omaruru, education circuit inspector for Omaruru, where the towns of Usakos, Karibab and Omaruru falls under him. And he says it was the first day back at school, there were only about 50% of learners back at school because a lot of them were still a bit scared and skeptic and not sure what's going to entail their first day. But he says that he visited 4 schools in the Usakos and Karibab area as well as Omaruru, where he said that no, the atmosphere was quite the learners were quite disciplined and there were a sense of joy emanating from the learners just for them to be back at school. He says that he went to Ebenezer Primary School in Karibab, where he asked the pre-primary class, what is COVID-19 and what do you need to do? And he was so pleasantly surprised to hear that the grade 0 learners know exactly what precautions to take at the end of the day. Now, the situation in Walvis Bay, Swakopmund and Arandis is quite different. Now, our regional education leadership are trying to get the grade 11 and grade 12 learners back at school to prepare for the examinations, for the Namibia Senior Secondary Certificate examinations. This will also be the last year that the NSSC examinations will take place. Now, it is expected that the examinations will start in October and last until November. So now they're trying to get the learners back to school. So please let us know in the comments, what do you think? Do you think it's time that the Walvis Bay, Swakopmund and Arandis learners need to go back to school, and what precautions does the school need to take care of their children? Now, in other news, the Ministry of Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security offices, security temporarily closed their offices in the Erongo region until further notice. Now, this is part of their precautionary measures as a result of possible exposure to COVID-19. Now, staff members of the ministry have unfortunately come into contact with a suspected positive COVID-19 case in Walvis Bay, and all have been placed in self-quarantine. Now, the ministry has temporarily closed the Swakopmund, Walvis Bay Harbour and Airport, as well as the Swakopmund offices, to allow the premises to be disinfected. Now, the closure is currently indefinite as primary contacts are still being identified. Now, once all the test results are known, they will announce the reopening date. Now, the ministry will still offer the following civil registration services at its Swakopmund and Swakopmund offices, which is the registration of newborn babies and death registration for current deaths. Now, all hospital-based offices are closed and no immigration-related services would be offered during this period. But you can check out the story on our website at www.erongo.com.na, where you will find the contact details of someone that you can contact in case you need urgent assistance. Now, in some sport news, Caitlin bags gold at the Dutch Open. Now, coastal karateka Caitlin Martin, 25, who is a member of the Gojukai dojo in Walvis Bay, was crowned the Dutch Open champion in the seniors women's kata category. Now, her achievements at the E-tournament involved 2 silver medals and a bronze medal. Now, following her competing in the E-tournament, she was quick to correct naysayers who suggested that the level of competition was not as competitive. Now, she said that people think it was much easier. I can guarantee that this is not the case. On the contrary, it was extremely difficult. The advantage we had was that we could take videos of a kata as many times as we wanted to. We would retake until we thought it was perfect. Now, she says that Caitlin was also chosen as one of the athletes to be included in trials for the Olympic Games. Now, the Games were scheduled to take place in Tokyo, Japan this year, but have been postponed to 2021 due to the outbreak of the global COVID-19 pandemic. And then finally, Cricket Namibia has introduced a new tournament to keep fans entertained after the annual Walvis Bay Salt Refiners Cricket Festival was cancelled. Now, the annual XCO and APS Junior Cricket Tournament for under 11 and under 13, which will take place from 21 to 25 August in Windhoek, will be sponsored by XCO, Namibia and APS. Now, the fee is $800 Namibian per team. The official opening will be on the 21 August 2020 at 6:30. And Cricket Namibia can be contacted for entry forms. Now, the entries will close on 30 July. Now, you can catch these stories and more on our website at www.erongo.com.na.
So today we are here with Swakopmund-based singer Janelle Botha. Hi Janelle, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. And yourself?
I'm good. So Janelle, you are quite a veteran in music, stranger to it. When did music start for you?
It started when I was about 15. I started taking lessons, but I used to sing a lot before that as well. My mother would walk around the house and sing all the time, so we would joke around and sing together. So, it started at a young age.
Yeah. So then I believe that some of your musical influences would have been from your mother. What are your biggest musical influences?
Yeah, definitely. My mother likes to sing gospel songs, so we used to sing that a lot together. But though my voice suits jazz and blues quite well, and those are definitely my biggest inspirations and influences. Yeah.
Okay. And what is there one thing that you as an artist would hope for people in an audience to gain from your music?
So the songs I sing when I do cover songs, so when I have shows, I usually like to sing music that's quite upbeat. So I like doing 60s, like happy chappy songs, so like Lollipop and, you know, stuff that make people feel good, but it also makes me feel good, so I enjoy singing it. And generally I just want people to have a good time. Yeah. And so I avoid singing sad songs.
Okay, so no more sad songs. But one thing that is quite sad at this time is the COVID-19 pandemic. So what was Janelle Botha doing in the time of the lockdown?
Actually, I wrote a lot. So I write my own original music as well. And during the lockdown, like the first month, definitely gave me a lot of time to work on that and to write new songs, which I did. But yeah, like after a month, it got a bit too much.
No, and how did the lockdown and the time of the pandemic, how did that change how you go about music, and how was it different to create music in the lockdown?
Well, it's a lot more isolating. So I usually get a lot of influences from people around me. I ironically don't listen to music. So yeah, I don't put the radio on or anything like that. Because it influences my stuff that I write.
Yeah.
So, and with all this isolation, you can't really go out with, you know, with friends or go do music with friends, because I get a lot of inspiration when I go play with other people, because we usually focus on original stuff when we go, like try and make a song. So yeah, I think my creativity is a little bit stagnant, I felt. Yeah, but what to do?
Because you didn't have that team building effort this time. So speaking of a team and of other musicians, you are not the only musician affected by the current COVID-19 pandemic. How do you think the pandemic has affected the Namibian music industry and you as an artist in the global music industry?
Well, I think music is a lot more enjoyable when it's live. So when you get to interact with an artist, because a lot of the time I think artists also rely on an audience for their performance. I know I do much better, like I perform much better when I see people enjoying it. So with all this happening and we can't really do live performance, a lot of musicians are going online to do this. And although there are still good musicians and they do perform well, I think it affects the quality because you cannot really interact with your audience as much. So personally, I just think that kind of tends to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely did harm a lot of musicians because, as everyone would know that's in the music industry, is with all these lockdowns, like you kind of start getting gigs and you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to get back on my feet again. And then a week later it gets cancelled. And then you're like, oh, okay, next time we'll reschedule. And then it gets rescheduled and then it gets cancelled. So I think emotionally it also takes a toll on people because you keep getting hope and then you're going down and you get hope and you... So
how do you think Namibian musicians are going to move forward? Do you think there's any way that businesses and individuals can assist you and other musicians in moving forward from this? How do you think the future moving out of this looks for you guys?
Well, I think it also depends on how long the situation is going to be. So, but I think online presentation is what we'll have to do. Like that's where we'll have to go, because unfortunately at the moment, because we can't have these live performances. So I think if businesses could like support musicians in, you know, online presentation and such, that would definitely be a benchmark to start at.
Okay, great. Thank you for being with us, Janelle. That is Janelle Botha. I'm here with two lovely little girls. Could you tell us your name?
Yes,
What's your name?
Eddie,
Okay. And what's your name?
Dania.
Oh, you're Danny. Okay. So today we are doing a review of two books. One is my first book of Namibian birds by Peter Reiner, and my first book of Namibian mammals by Olga Kausch. So we will be, with these two little princesses, we will be going through these books and seeing how they enjoy it. So Addison, do you like animals? What's your favorite kind of animal?
Kitties.
You like kitties? Okay, let's see if we can find a kitty. Oh, there's a kitty. You can. Do you know what kind of kitty this is?
Lion.
It's not a lion, Papa. Okay, but let's see. Okay, so Addison, here we have all the animals in this book. Okay, Addison, do you know what animal this is? What animal is it?
Elephant.
Oh, it's an elephant. Okay, and where do elephants live?
At the zoo.
No, baby. Elephants, they live in Namibia, they live in Etosha, and in most parts of the north, okay? And then, Danny, could you tell us what animal this is?
I know it.
What kind of animal is it?
It's just a giraffe.
That's a giraffe. You're right, Addison. Okay, so Addison, do you know what giraffes eat?
Grass.
They eat grass. Okay, but you know that and the giraffes have very long necks, so they can reach the tops of the trees, huh? Okay, let's move on. Okay, so moving on. Do you know what this is?
Yes.
What is it?
A goat.
It's not a goat, it's an impala, my baby. Okay, so impalas, do you know what impalas eat? What do they eat?
Grass.
They eat grass as well. Okay, let's find one for Danny. Danny, do you know what animal this is?
No.
It's a what?
I know.
It's a squirrel.
Squirrel.
Yeah, it's a squirrel. And do you know what this one is?
A monkey.
It's a monkey, more specifically a baboon.
It looks like this. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah, it does that. And what's this? Danny, what's this one?
It's just
It's a warthog.
warthog.
You know, in The Lion King, Simba's friends, his friend Timon is a warthog. Pumbaa is a warthog.
Okay.
Yeah, so you've learned something new today. You know what warthogs look like now. Do you want to learn about some birds?
Yes.
What's your favorite kind of bird? Addie? What's your favorite kind of bird?
You first use that, and then you can pick water.
A rooster. Oh, okay. Your favorite, and so her favorite bird's a rooster. I don't think there are any roosters in here. Do you think there are roosters in here?
Yes.
Okay, let's have a look. I don't think we'll find any, but let's look. Do you know what this one is?
Penguin.
Yeah, Danny, look, it's a penguin. Where do penguins live?
At the snow.
At this, well, African penguins don't. This is an African penguin, sweetheart. And in Africa, we don't have snow. It's too hot here. So we don't have snow, so they live in water. They live in the ocean. And this one?
This one's open.
No, that's the ocean. But in it is a pelican.
Pelican.
Look here. That's a pelican. That's what they look like.
Pelican.
Yeah, do you know what pelicans eat?
Oh, drink water.
They drink water, but what do they eat?
That hurts.
They eat they eat fish, baby. Okay. Do you know what this one is?
A big peacock.
Big peacock.
Go.
No, it's a flamingo.
Bingo.
Do you like this book?
Yes.
Oh, you like it. Danny, do you like this book?
Bingo. Jenny's over here.
Do you know what this one is?
Huh?
Addison, if you know this one, I'll be very impressed. Do you know it? I'll tell you the secret. It's an eagle.
Echo.
It's an eagle. Okay. Well, that concludes it. I think we're not going to go through the whole book. You'd be sitting here all day. So, these two books. Did you like the book with the kitty on the front?
Yes.
Did you like it? Danny, did you like this book?
I like this book.
Did
Now
you
what
like
do
this
you
book?
get to do? Yeah.
I'm going to show the people that you liked it. Okay. And what about the birds? Did you like the birds?
Yes.
Yes, the one with the
I like those
pelican. Oh, and do you know what this one is?
Oh. A peacock.
A peacock. It's an ostrich, darling. Ostriches are the ones that lay the big eggs.
I did.
Okay, did you like the one with the birds?
Yes.
The one with a flamingo? You learned what this is?
Yes.
What is this?
I learned me go.
You learned. Okay. It's a flamingo. Okay. Well, there you heard it from the most important critics
Bingo.
you'll ever see on this show.
And here's your coming events. Now, the Erongo region is still under stage 3, which means that Walvis Bay, Swakopmund and Arandas gatherings are limited to 10 people and less, and for towns in the rest of the region, gatherings are limited to 50 people and less. Now, for the rest of the country, it's 250 people and less. Now, the 12th annual mountain bike race at Namap Grens is taking place the 18th of July 2020. However, the whole weekend can be enjoyed on the guest farm. Now, the race includes 3 challenging but fun routes of 13 kilometers, 38 kilometers, and 70 kilometers, combining mountainous terrain with stretches of savanna. Now, you can experience a fun and creative afternoon out painting and sipping in Swakopmund with your partner, friends, or colleagues. Now, they supply all the art materials and a glass of wine or bubbly for only $300 Namibian per person. And yes, you can take your masterpiece home. Now, bookings are essential, so you can contact Adonia at 0811 472 636. Now, 13 July, it's the Winter Body 6-week Transformation Challenge. Now, it's hosted by Anna's Fit Lifestyle from Mondays at 7 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Now, the 6-week Transformation Challenge, there are great cash prizes to be won, and you can book your spot before the 13th of July, and you can contact 081 398 9188. If you know anything that's happening in the region or outside the region, please let us know at 0811 7040.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Danny Boy Feel That Pain. Keep watching Erongo Talk.
And now for your weather and tides for today and the weekend. Now, high tide was this morning at 20 minutes to 7. Low tide will be at 12:30 this afternoon. High tide will be again at 12 minutes past 7 this evening, and then low tide will be at 16 minutes past 1 in the early mornings. Now, this will be your tides for the rest of the weekend as well. Now, Walvis Bay sunrise was this morning at 7:45. Sunset will be at 30 minutes past 6 in this evening. So this is more or less the times for the rest of the towns in the region for sunrise and sunset. Now, the maximum temperature for today in Walvis Bay will be 18 degrees Celsius with a northwesterly wind. For tomorrow, 11 degrees Celsius. Maximum will be 21 degrees Celsius. For Sunday, minimum will be 10 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be 21 degrees Celsius. For Swakopmund, maximum temperature for today will be 17 degrees Celsius with a northwesterly wind. For tomorrow, minimum will be 12 degrees Celsius, maximum will be 19 degrees Celsius. Sunday will be minimum 10 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 19 degrees Celsius. For Walvis Bay, maximum for today will be 17 degrees Celsius with a northwesterly wind. For tomorrow, minimum will be 12 degrees Celsius with a maximum of 18. For Sunday, it's exactly the same with 12 degrees minimum and 18 degrees maximum. For Arandis, maximum for today will be 18 degrees Celsius with a west-northwesterly wind. Minimum for tomorrow will be 9 degrees Celsius. Maximum will be 24 degrees Celsius. For Sunday, the minimum will be 8 degrees Celsius with a maximum of 29 degrees Celsius. For Usakos, maximum for today will be 24 degrees Celsius with a westerly wind. Minimum will be 7 degrees Celsius for tomorrow. Maximum will be 27 degrees Celsius. For Sunday, minimum will be 8 degrees Celsius with a maximum of 31 degrees Celsius. For Karibab, maximum will be 23 degrees Celsius with a westerly wind for today. Minimum will be 6 degrees Celsius. Maximum will be 26 degrees Celsius for tomorrow. And for Sunday, the minimum will be 8 degrees Celsius with a maximum of 29 degrees Celsius. And then finally, for Omaruru, maximum for today will be 24 degrees Celsius with a west-northwesterly wind. Minimum for tomorrow will be 4 degrees Celsius. Maximum will be 26 degrees Celsius. And for Sunday, the minimum will be 7 degrees Celsius with a maximum of 29 degrees Celsius. So it's going to be a little bit cold over the weekend, so please prepare for that. And that's it for today's episode of Erongo Talk. A huge shout out to Trendhaus Swakopmund for this stunning venue. Now please go check out our website at www.erongo.com.na, www.erongo.com.na for all the latest news in our region. Please follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Say hi, drop us an emoji, whatever the case may be. Just conversate with us or drop us a news tip or just say hi at 0811 7040, 0811 7040. Now it's Friday. We're going to get you into that weekend vibes. So enjoy the song with us by Lize Ehlers. And we'll see you again on Monday. Please take care of yourselves. Please wear your mask, sanitize your hands, and at all times use your common sense. We'll see you again next week. Bye.
I want you to move your other arm too. Move your arms, girl. You know you can. Move your arms, girl. You know you want to. Now take it and mold it. Take it and shape it. Take it and throw it all around. Take it and squeeze it. Take it and twist it. Take it and spin it and waltz around. Now take it and mold it. Take it and shape it. Take it and throw it all around. Take it and squeeze it. Take it and twist it. Take it and spin it and waltz around. oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yeah. Say yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yeah. Say yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yeah. Now take it and mold it, take it and shape it, take it and throw it all around. Take it and squeeze it, take it and twist it, take it and spin it and waltz around. Now take it and mold it, take it and shape it, take it and throw it all around. Take it and squeeze it, take it and twist it, take it and spin it, waltz around. Say yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yeah. Say yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yeah. Say yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yeah. Say yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yeah. It's your time to shine. Block out everything that brings you down. Say yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yeah. Say yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yeah. Say yes, oh yes, oh yes. Say yes, oh yes.